Many regulators or supervision agencies make use of thematic inspections, and this can be a very powerful tool. But I find that a lot of agencies using thematic inspections tend to make the same predictable mistakes over and over. I've certainly made plenty myself. My name is Oud Kastorp, and this is Supervision Strategy. Last time we discussed the dilemmas of everyday supervision practice. This time we'll touch upon thematic inspections. By this I mean a regulator or a supervision agency addressing the same topic, say cybersecurity or complaints management, at multiple firms at the same time. I'll discuss some pros and cons, and I'll point out 7 pitfalls that in my experience regulators tend to fall for when they use this particular method. Of course, the downside of thematic inspections is that they cost a lot of time and effort. And if you're not careful, you may find yourself addressing a topic at a firm where this is actually not an issue at all. The most obvious advantage of thematic inspections is that it can be a very effective method to address frequently occurring issues in your market. Also, the mere fact that you're conducting a thematic inspection on this particular topic sends a message to the rest of the industry. So firms that are not even subject to your inspection may be triggered to look into this topic as well and implement improvements. But a less conspicuous advantage of a thematic inspection is that it provides both you and the industry a lot of new insight. So for one, it gives you a nice overview of your market from a particular perspective, but it will also enable you to compare one firm to the other, which can actually be a very effective way to push firms to further improvements just by comparing them to their peers. So for when you're conducting a thematic inspection, I thought it might be useful to point out 7 pitfalls to watch out for. And for this, I'll just recycle this neat little supervision cycle sheet that I used in my previous post. During the first phase of identifying issues, one pitfall is to automatically select the biggest or most widespread risk for thematic inspection, when in fact there may be good reasons to select a smaller issue. For example, because it provides you with the opportunity to set an example, or to gain a very quick cross-sectional insight into your market. Pitfall number 2, we don't choose a focal point rigorously. It's usually better to focus on a few points and do that thoroughly than try and do everything. 3, we collect and analyze our information in between all our other activities. In my experience, if you don't dedicate people to a thematic inspection, it will last forever. Another pitfall is to spend all your time building enforcement cases. So in terms of goals, if your goal is to promote compliance, then it might be more effective to select only the worst cases for enforcement and spend more time on other ways to promote compliance. Pitfall number 5. We establish compliance issues, but we neglect to ascertain why these firms were ignoring the rules, what their attitude is, and how we can use this to effectively promote compliance. Automatically choosing standard interventions is also a pitfall, because in fact, if you allow yourself to be a bit more creative, you can also be a lot more effective. The final pitfall I want to mention is only reporting your findings through thick reports or legal press releases. Because if you actually want people to read your findings, then a one-page memo, or maybe 10 PowerPoint slides, may actually be a lot more effective. So do you use thematic inspections much? And what do you think are the biggest pitfalls that we all should be aware of? Let us all know in the comment section, or let me know at supervisionstrategy.com. Next time I'll discuss problem-focused supervision. I'll share some tips and tricks based on my experience with that strategy. Until then, thank you for watching and thank you for working on supervision.